Welcome back to Inside the 20 for my Week 8 recap. As you can see today, Halloween week. Happy Halloween. I'm repping my Halloween costume, repping the Chiefs MVP, the NFL refs. But this is my Week 8 recap. If you've not checked out my 1 through 7 recap, please go check that out on my YouTube page. I also have reels on my Instagram, and you can also check out my Spotify. So let's get into it. So starting with the Sunday night game, we have the 49ers winning, beating the Cowboys 30-24. For Dallas, they dropped 2 straight games. They now sit at 3-4 under some real pressure, especially if you're Mike McCarthy. You've been blown out twice at home. You were blown out that one half against Baltimore. You have the bye week, you come out and you lose. Can't do that. So now definitely under a lot of pressure. They struggled offensively, but they did have a strong first half. It was 13-10 at half before the 49ers drove down and scored. Happy National Tight End Day. Kittle had a day. Congrats. Also, the defense allowed 21 unanswered points in the third quarter, like I was just saying. It was 13-10 at half. And then the offense rolled for the 49ers. They were able to drive down. Dallas kept turning the ball over, 3 and outs. It wasn't good. Also for the Cowboys, Dak needs to improve. I know if you've watched my previous ones, that's what I talked about. Consistency. That's what you have to have. And as I was watching that game, he did not have any of it. He was off rhythm. The team was off rhythm. They couldn't really get anything going. And by the time they started getting things going, it was already too late. And another thing, they have a critical upcoming game against Atlanta, which, rocked the boat even more, turn the season around quickly. So Dallas, obviously, 3-4, they're not out of it, but they're definitely going to need to, improve faster. For San Fran, ending the bye week with a significant victory, they now improved to 4-4. The 49ers come out on top. They continue to own Mike McCarthy, Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and the Dallas Cowboys. Brock Purdy had a solid game, throwing for 260 and a tutty. 30 points, 1 touchdown. The turning point came in the third quarter, where the 49ers scored 21 unanswered points to take the lead. And they maintained the lead from that point on to the rest of the game. So, good job, 49ers. 2, Washington, Bears 15, Commanders 18. For the Commanders, they achieved a very dramatic win over the Bears, which was dubbed the Miracle at Landover. This game was incredible, boring, but incredible. It was 12-0 Commanders, then it went 12-7 Commanders, 15-12 Bears, and with 2 seconds left, Jayden Daniels rolled out, did a little spin, whatever that is, continued to run around, finally set his feet, hobbled back, hobbled forward, threw the ball. It was tipped, and then it was caught, and then the whole place went insane, and yeah. Like I just said, he connected to Noah Brown for a 52-yard Hail Mary, led most of the game, but obviously a late surge from Chicago. Daniels, playing through a rib injury, threw for 326 and delivered his only touchdown of the game, which obviously was the 52-yard connection. This is huge. The victory keeps them atop of the NFC East at 6-2. It's the first time they're 6-2 since about 2009, 2008. So pretty crazy. For Chicago, suffered a heartbreaking loss, now 4-3. Caleb Williams on the sideline after that, he was just in awe. He was like, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. But yeah, that definitely sucks if you're the Bears fans. It's probably the most Chicago Bears play ever. But, it happens, and it just sucks that it happened to them. They took the lead with Roschon Johnson's 1-yard touchdown. The previous drive, they were at the 1-yard line on second and goal. They ran it with their backup offensive lineman, and, he's an O-lineman. He doesn't get the ball, so he fumbled because they have -5 ball security. They were unable to score in key moments, like I just said. During the dramatic finish, a Bears cornerback was seen taunting a Commanders fan in the stands as the play unfolded. There are multiple videos, many videos on social media if you have not seen them already. Commanders players, they were running down. They were already running. They were like 30, 40 yards already, and they're getting like 20, 15 yards away from the end zone. He's over there waving, taunting, all this stuff like, get away, leave, like you guys suck. And he runs over. This was the man that tipped the ball and that was caught by Noah Brown. So, first off, you're taunting. Then you're the person that caused the Hail Mary. So stupid. That sucks. Going to Las Vegas. Chiefs 27, Raiders 20 for Kansas City. They remain unbeaten 7-0. They improved to 6-0 at Allegiant Stadium, marking a perfect record there. Patrick Mahomes threw for 262 and 2 tutties, but an interception. Travis caught his first touchdown of the season. Upcoming home games against the Buccaneers and Broncos set the stage for a crucial showdown with the Bills in Buffalo, highlighting a potential clash between the AFC's top teams. For Las Vegas, they dropped to 2-6, and momentum is just out the window at this point. The defense struggled, which allowed significant yardage, which helped the Chiefs move the ball, and move ball equal touchdown. Touchdown equal loss. So they lost. They missed opportunities. That also means losing, including failed to capitalize on a tipped interception. Inconsistent offensive plays hindered their ability to score, and quarterback performance remains a concern as they continue to move forward. Obviously, last week we talked about the quarterback performance from Gardner Minshew, and it was not good. So they're going to need to fix it. Neither of him or Aiden O'Connell did good this week, but they're going to need to fix that fast. Going to Cleveland. Clap it up for Cleveland. The upset of the week. Upset of the week. Browns win 29-24. They beat the Ravens. For the Browns, they have new hope with Jameis Winston. 333, 3 tutties. It's a lot of threes. Moving to 2-6. Obviously, that sucks. But you beat the Ravens. That's all that matters. Celebrate their second victory. And like I just said, with Jameis Winston, they have incredible newfound offensive potential there. For the Ravens, an incredibly frustrating loss now drops them to 5-3. Now in second place in the AFC North behind the Steelers. They missed a key opportunity. A minute left. Kyle Hamilton channeled his inner offensive lineman, had the ball, went like this. It went bobble, picked it back up, bobble, 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 ground. And he just drops it. Flat out, not like this and just whoop, like this, fall. Like, how do you do that? Like, catch the football. That's 101. You're a cornerback. You're supposed to catch the football. They will definitely need to regroup and address this situation because they do have a tough schedule. Going to Detroit. This is actually crazy. Titans 14, Lions 52, proving dominant at 6-1, obviously, showcasing a total team effort in their latest victory. I mean, yeah, you win 52-14. That's pretty much a team effort. Scored 42 points, capitalized on 2 picks, and a spectacular 90-yard punt return. I don't know why punt returns are starting to come up, dude. Last week we had the one in London with the Jaguars, the 96-yard one, and now we have this. So, Jahmyr Gibbs continued impressive 70-yard touchdown run. Clap it up for Jahmyr Gibbs. W's in the chat. For Tennessee, struggled to keep pace, falling to 1-6 after a hard start. It was so funny. It was 14-7. Tennessee scored, and I know every Tennessee fan was like, "Oh my God, we might actually win this game." And 52-14. Both defense and offense allowed big plays that hindered their offense. No duh. Facing the reality of needing a quarterback to help out this franchise, it's not a question. Who should they target? And in this upcoming draft, because you have Shador Sanders, you have Cam Ward. It's the only 2 names that come up off my top of my head. Yeah, you have some options, definitely. But if I was Tennessee, I talked about this earlier in the season. Just lose. Just do it. Trust me. Your fans are going to hate you, but they're not going to hate you because they know this is going to be the outcome. Just lose. Do it. It'll help. Trust. Please trust. Going to Seattle. Bills 31. Seahawks 10. Their Seahawks got absolutely rocked. For the Bills, they dominated the Seahawks. They improved to 6-2, solidifying their role as a key threat in the AFC. Josh Allen had another strong performance, throwing for 283 and 2 tutties, despite his first interception of the season. Rookie Keon Coleman continued significantly with 5 catches, 70 yards, and a touchdown. With losses to the Jets and the Dolphins, and even though those 2 teams are far away, if the Bills start to tank, they can come up. Going to Seattle, they fell to 4-4 after being dominated by the Bills in a tough matchup. Struggled to keep pace with Buffalo, no duh, and allowed big plays that hindered their performance. Offense was unable to capitalize on opportunity, resulting in lack of scoring, and the defensive issues were evident, which particularly against Josh Allen's explosive plays. Going to Cincinnati, Eagles 37, Bengals 17. We don't talk about this game. The Eagles improved to 5-2, looking more like a powerhouse after their 2-2 start. On a 3-game winning streak, they show incredible offensive firepower, and Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, and A.J. Brown, and Saquon Barkley combined for an impressive 540 yards against the Bengals. And yeah, they also scored 27 points in the second. Here's the way I look at it. The Bengals didn't play bad. First off, the Bengals were winning. It was 10-10 at half. Eagles scored. Bengals scored 17-17. This was at the 2-minute mark of the third quarter, and you're telling me the score ended up being 37-17. See, I don't understand how that happens, but it did because I watched the game. The Eagles scored. The Bengals just didn't score, obviously. Eagles got the ball back, got a field goal. At that point, I'm like, oh, the Bengals can come back. Yeah, Burrow threw a pick, and it wasn't even his fault. Jamar went for it. It got tipped by an Eagles defender, tipped backwards, then caught by another Eagles defender. So I don't even know how that happens, but it did. Eagles went down, scored. Bengals 3 and out. Eagles kick, field goal, 37-17. So, horrendous job by the Bengals. Zach Taylor, you really need to get your act together. I mean, really, really fast. He needs to get it going because this has been horrendous. For the Bengals, struggling at 3-5, facing a potential crisis with 5 losses early. And Joe Burrow and the offense are under pressure, needing to improve. Upcoming schedules against tough opponents like the Ravens, Steelers, Chargers, and Cowboys. They can win 2 of those games, but that's still 5-7, so you don't really like that. Going to Houston. Colts 20, Texans 23. For the Colts, Anthony Richardson, 10 of 32, allowed 5 sacks, putting pressure on the offense. Record stands at 4-4, but they are still in AFC contention, especially with a weak division. Facing a mix of injuries and inconsistent play, must make key adjustments to definitely stay in the AFC South, because if they keep tanking, the Texans are just going to take over, because they have momentum. They lead the division. So, for the Texans, delivered an impressive win against the Colts, strengthening their grip on the AFC South, like I just said. The defense excelled. They held the Colts to multiple 3-and-outs, achieved a relentless defensive effort, including 5 sacks, like I already mentioned, completed this season's sweep over Indy, positioned in serious contenders in the division, and they're also building momentum. Going to Tampa, Falcons 31, Buccaneers 26. Falcons secured a crucial win over the Buccaneers, enhancing the NFC South. Improved to a record of 5-3, gaining some solid ground. Benefited from injuries to key Buccaneers players like Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Kirk O'Chains rebounded with 4 touchdown passes, and Kyle Pitts had a standout performance on 4 catches for 91 yards. For the Bucs, threw for 330 yards and a touchdown. That was Baker, but he also threw 2 costly picks. The inability to capitalize on opportunities contributed to the loss significantly, and the Buccaneers need to address inconsistencies. They definitely need to regroup here, because as they continue to go forward, if they want to win this division, they're 2 games against the Falcons. That was their biggest chance, and they blew them both. They lost both of them. Very close games, though. But they lost both of them. So, horrible. Going to Miami, Cardinals 28, Dolphins 27. Cards achieved 2 wins in 6 days, making a strong push in the soft NFC West. You have the 49ers at 4-4. The Cardinals at 4-4. The Seahawks at 4-4, and the Rams at 3-4. That's the division right now. Think, this division had 2 playoff teams last year. One that barely missed, and then we don't talk about the Cardinals, but, you know. Kyler Murray shined with 307 passing yards and 2 tutties. Offense exploded in the second half, scoring 21 points. And Trey McBride and Marvin Harrison combined for 15 catches and 235 yards. For the Finns, continue struggle despite Tua's return, throwing 234 and a tutty. Record now stands at 2-5, which is definitely complicating the playoff chances. Going to LA, Chargers 26, Saints 8. Chargers bounced back to 500 with a gritty win over the Saints. Ladd McConkey had a breakout game, surpassing 100 receiving yards for the first time in this season. And McConkey's performance also helped out his fellow quarterback Justin Herbert in finding rhythm. For New Orleans, continued struggle without Derek Carr, resulting in 6th consecutive loss. Playoff hopes are effectively extinguished due to their poor performance, and lack of offensive production is growing a big concern for this New Orleans team. Head coach Dennis Allen is increasing pressure as the season progresses. And while the Chargers secured a vital win, the Saints have a lot of fixing to do. Broncos 28, Panthers 14. Broncos improved to 5-3, emerging as a serious contender for wildcard spot. Bo Nix had an impressive outing, throw for 220 and 2 touchdowns in the first half. Nix's performance helped the Broncos establish a 14-point lead against the Panthers, and Denver is gaining momentum as they push for a playoff position. For Carolina, suffered another tough loss, dropping to 1-7. Bryce Young displayed promise, throwing a touchdown on his first drive, but another late in the game. Despite some bright moments, it wasn't enough to close the gap. With the trade deadline approaching, the Panthers are likely to offload veterans for young upcoming stars. Patriots 25, Jets 22. For New York, for the Jets, season hopes took a fall, falling 2-6 after a loss to the Patriots. Held a 22-7 lead late in the game, but couldn't maintain. Allowed a quick 70-yard touchdown drive capped by Ramondre Stevenson's 1-yard score with 22 seconds left. Greg Zuerlein missed extra point and field goal definitely cost them the game. For New England, secured a much-needed win, providing a spark for their struggling season. However, concern rose as Drake May left the game early to a head injury. 2 knows one or two things about that. New England must closely monitor May's condition moving forward. Despite the victory, challenges remain as they definitely need to continue to build. The Jets are left searching for solutions. The Patriots enjoy a rare positivity moment through this tough season. Going to LA, the final game. This was the Thursday night game. Rams win 30-20 against the Vikings. The Rams achieved back-to-back wins, improving to 3-4. Recent success reduces the likelihood of a potential fire sale involving players like Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford. The team aims to capitalize on this momentum as they push for a playoff spot. For the Vikings, currently at 5-2, but they are definitely facing challenges after 2 heartbreaking losses. Injury to left tackle Christian Darrisaw, now out for the season, is definitely a concern for the O-line. Despite their record, there's mounting pressure on Sam Darnold and on the team. Alrighty, thank you for tuning in to my Week 8 recap. Again, if you have not checked out my 1-7 recap, please go check that out. I have shorts on YouTube, reels on Instagram, and you also have my Spotify. So please go check all of those out. This has been your Week 8 recap by none other than Inside the 20. Thank you.